And we are live. Welcome to Geek versus Nerd. I am your host, JC, Nerdy Treasures himself, and this is your boy,
Dre of the Geek Depot. Was good, everybody in his house.
So he's the geek, I'm the nerd, so we're going to do a little bit of a battle today. We decided last week, we started this a couple weeks ago, and it's been pretty fun to do with him. Me and him's been combating back and forth. So we just thought we'd do some more, and we're just going to keep it going until we get bored of it, or until you guys get bored with it, one way or another. I don't care. I'm just going to keep going. This is fun. But today we have our little battle, and it's going to be, he's going to be Voltron, and I'm going to be Power Rangers.
For the record, folks, I am a huge Power Rangers fan. So by default, your boy Dre is got to go for the other team today.
Yeah, just like I had to do it last week. So we're good on that one.
That's true. It's going to happen every now and then.
All right, so I want to say hello to a few people in the chat. I know Mr. Vince is already in the chat, so welcome to you.
Muchacho.
Pop Tarts Ag is in the chat. Welcome. SB Superhuman, welcome to my stream. I've never seen you in here before. Thank you for coming. STS Funko Vlogger.
Mod.
Huh?
Can I be a mod, please?
Oh, are you not already?
No, I'm not.
You should be a mod on my channel.
I'm not. I don't have my ring.
Why are you not a mod on my channel, Trey?
Because you don't love me. I'm not your brother anymore.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Tiny Dinos, what's up, Funko Vince in the Funko Pop aisle? Hey, big shout out to the Funko Pop aisle for following your boy Dre on Instagram. I saw you.
So if you guys don't follow Funko Pop aisle, you should. They're a really good channel. He's got a lot of good content. He does a lot of good pop reviews, and you should check him out, as well as most of the people in this stream. I'm going to have STS Funko Vloggers on tomorrow on Allow Me to Introduce, so be sure to check that out. All right, so let's get down to business, Dre. So,
all right,
where do we want to start, sir?
Well, of course, because we are talking both about robots. And folks, I know I wasn't a mod, but now I am. I have the power. So, if we're going to start talking, I think we have to do a little bit of background for those that do not know what we're talking about. So, I'll go first, just kind of give you, just so you can see and follow my lead on this one, all right? So, today, since we're talking about two classic, iconic shows. Now, I'm not talking about Power Rangers of the now that is owned by Disney, and I'm not talking about Voltron that's on Netflix. We are speaking clearly about the 1980s Japanese Go Lion Voltron, the American Voltron, and the vehicle Voltron. Now, because I have not watched the Netflix one, I will not defend it because I have never watched a single episode.
I don't think I watched it either, so we're not going to talk about it.
Exactly. So if you guys in the chat want to throw comments about it, the thing is, I won't be able to have I tell my students, if I have no evidence to back it up, I can't do it. So I apologize.
So as always, like I said, I'm going to be supporting the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, not the Dinos, or not the futuristic ones, not the Shattered Time. This is just the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the ones I grew up on, and that's what I'm good at. So let's do that.
So Mighty Morphin, we would say we cover everything up to and including the White Ranger with Saba.
Yeah, the White Ranger was the last one to come on.
Because he would have been the last of the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers before they went to the Ninja Megazord.
Yeah. And Rocky and all of them didn't count. Aisha, I think that was her name.
No, Rocky and Aisha were part of Mighty Morphin because they took over when Jason left the show, when Trini had passed. The British, see, we both are Power Rangers fans, folks. So I mean, so welcome. Now, listen, before we continue, and we love to keep talking about this, folks. There are 16 of you watching and only 7 likes. Please smash that like button for the two of us because it helps us inspire us to do more of these episodes.
It does, and it lets us know that you like our content. So whenever we know you like our content, we feel inspired to put out more.
Can I go off script for a second?
Go ahead, go.
Content is always number one, folks. You're going to love the content.
So
that's all I will drop.
That's all. I am a huge fan of content because content is everything for a show. So let me say this, that if you don't like what I do, if you don't like this, I'm nerdy. If you don't like nerdy, there's an unsubscribe button. I don't need you. I'm sorry. So
that's something we will talk about on my show. We'll migrate when we migrate to my channel. I got a vent. I love you guys. We do. 18 people in here, 13 likes. Look at that, GC.
Oh yeah.
Keep smashing that like button. So let's jump into the content, which is what we're here for and what they're here for. So we need to start with obviously the classic Voltron. So let's start with
that beanie though, right? Yeah.
Oh, yeah, beanie though. Wait, we rocking beanies though. We rocking beanies.
Hey, it's cold enough here that I'm rocking a beanie. So
where's my beanie at?
Like I walked outside this morning and I was like running back inside from my heated clothes.
Beanie, son. My little mermaid, son.
That's kind of cool. I like that.
The Target. So
how's that Little Mermaid?
Because I had to get it for my bald head in the winter, bro. It's cold. It gets cold when it's like 10 degrees outside.
I'm just saying, how's that Little Mermaid? It looks like smoke.
No, look, see?
Oh, okay, I see it now.
I touched the beauty by mistake. Just saying. Right. So let's, folks, we're sorry. It's a little bit of fun. We're gonna have here. So here's where we'll start. Obviously, classic Voltron. You're gonna talk about the Princess Allura. Was it Allura?
It was Allura.
Yeah, it was Allura. Princess Allura. Obviously, in the kingdom on a different planet, had the other lions. Now we all know the black lion was the one that stood outside the castle. So if we're gonna talk about, you
want to go colors?
I mean, we could go. I say let's go with the setup. I'm gonna lose. Here's why I'm gonna lose already. First, Power Rangers had a different setup of configuration. You had animals. You had the T-Rex, pterodactyl, triceratops. You had Mastodon, saber-tooth tiger, right?
Each had their own meaning, though. So
and they each had a different power and a different meaning. And each pilot, now we'll leave pilots out. So for Zord versus the configuration that made our boy Voltron, I think Power Rangers wins. Mighty Morphin wins hands down.
Oh, yeah.
And I think you guys can agree with that in the chat. So if you guys do agree with that Mighty Morphin Power Rangers beats out Voltron in the Zord only for transformation because of variety. Yes, there were 5 lions and they all had different powers, but they weren't Voltron could still form and still be together. The Power Rangers, if one person was out of sync, that Zord was not getting together.
Yes, Joseph Grohl, we did watch the Japanese version, but this isn't that one. This is the one I grew up on.
Now, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers was based off of Zyu Ranger, so I can go there on this because I've watched it. So if anybody in the chat has watched Zyu Ranger or Jack Ace Queen, Jack Ace Queen King, which is based off Captain America and Marvel superheroes, we can go there.
Hold on, I thought it was based off of Super Sentai.
No, Super Sentai was what they called the brand, and the Jack Ace King Queen. Those were the character models were based off of like Captain America, a couple like Wonder Woman. They were based off of like superheroes, American superheroes.
Okay.
So that's earlier. Zyu Ranger was completely built on the premise like Spider-Man Sentai, that there was like an alien that sent down these powers and that helped the people.
So Mr. Vince thinks Voltron is better on Zords. So I mean, if you have an explanation for that, go ahead and throw it in the chat.
Misto, throw that in the chat, bro. Explain why you feel like that, because I kind of gotta agree that I disagree. I think that Voltron loses on that.
On Zords, yes, but on the meaning of behind the Zords, I think Voltron has a little bit more meaning.
I think Voltron has definitely more significance because both groups of people had to be selected to be pilots, right? We both know Zordon had to choose the Rangers. The coins chose them. Even in the new Power Rangers movie, they had to be selected. Same with the pilots for Voltron. Like, these guys were not trained. They were gifted the ability to pilot their particular lion. And each pilot had to like commune with that area of nature. So for all intents and purposes, we can literally say that I think that that's where it would fall.
Yeah. And Alex Lopez is wanting to talk about the stories, so let's go ahead and talk about the stories. He says that Voltron's story is way better, so I'll leave that one up to you.
Now, see, Voltron, I remember working at a toy store about 5 years ago. And I watched we used to take in all kinds of old stuff. And I remember we had taken in a box set of the dual language Voltron, and I watched the dual language. So I watched the Japanese version because I wanted to see it. The story behind Voltron is unique, about a creature that's basically created by this race of aliens, or basically Voltron was some sort of deity, basically created within the universe, kind of like almost like the Infinity Stones. Like the universe was made, and then Voltron, he was defender of the universe. You know, I mean, he's like He-Man in that regard, that you can't. It's like boom, he's there. To me, in that era of cartoons, there were so many other things that if I were to pit them against Voltron, he could lose. Like Jaga with the freaking Sword of Omens gets the size of him. Voltron ain't the Sword of Power ain't gonna stop him. That's just real talk.
That's true.
But the reality is, I think the background story for the villains was way more fleshed out and more involved than it was for Power Rangers. We knew Rita Repulsa, Lord Zed, Ivan Ooze, Goldar, and then all the putties. They had a story, but it wasn't like Prince Lothar was in love with Allura, and he had this like lusting for blonde-haired women, and he was such a different character. And it's like he's developed, and like I remember his character developing different than his father, who was like that evil king that tried to kill Voltron. It's such a different, unique take on good versus evil, and these diametric forces that each within them have their own evils. Like Sven was originally the Black Lion's pilot, became the Blue Lion's pilot, then he mysteriously disappears. Yeah. Which we all know in the Japanese version, that means you died. But they didn't want to tell us that as kids. Like, no, Sven is on the moon. He's okay. No, he didn't.
I will say this, that their storyline is a lot more detailed for Voltron. But when you go into the Power Rangers, like the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, I'm going to say that it was more like, I want to say it was more like the Breakfast Club, because these were the kids that didn't really all fit into one group. They were the jock, they were the dancing nerd, the cheerleader, and the martial artist. And you had all these kids that somehow fit together.
Let's go. We had the Asian martial artist.
There you go.
The black dancer.
Yep.
The blue nerd.
Yep.
The pink
cheerleader.
And the red jock.
Yep.
Folks, if he ain't telling you it's the Breakfast Club of heroes, holy crap. Like the Green Ranger, he's the outlaw. He's the rebel. Yeah. My favorite character, JDF. Love him,
yeah.
JDF.
I love Tommy, man. Tommy was my favorite, especially when. Okay, are you a white or green?
I am a Green Ranger, but I definitely would say that if I had to pick, I would. Oh man, it's so rough because the Ultra Mega Dragon Zord was awesome. The White Tiger Zord was cool, but like Tommy having been one of every color that was important kind of solidifies him as important. Like he was the Black Ranger, he was the White Ranger, he was a Red Ranger, he was the Green Ranger.
He was.
I mean, talk about character story and development. He had to get a candle. Rita was taking his powers because he was a bad guy. Then they could transfer the armor from the Green Ranger to each of the other Rangers. I mean, that was fire. What could you ever say of Voltron? They did that shit.
I'm serious, Alex. I agree with you that Rita grabbing something and making it large, that That was the story plot. I'm not arguing that you guys had a better story plot with Voltron. What I'm saying is with the heroes, it was more trying to reach to the people rather than tell a story. It was more of you're a loser, I'm a loser too. Just like the Breakfast Club was, you know?
Oh,
So
no, it was. It definitely was like that. And then you had Bulk and Skull, the epitome of like bullies, but like they themselves became very big across the MMPR. So like they're canon. Like people have officially said that they are officially canon in the universe as well as the comic books too. Because I started.
Awesome.
I mean, Bulk and Skull. I mean, you got your own entrance music. I mean, come on now, folks. Come on.
They are awesome. I mean, I love Bulk and Skull. Even though they were the bullies, they always got what came to them. So, yeah.
They were Rangers too at one point. They became Power Rangers.
They did.
Temporarily, but they did.
So, let's say hello to a few more people in the chat. I see Ray Pop's in the chat. Pop Hunters Houston's in the chat.
Debbie Perez.
Debbie Perez.
She's right. Everyone wanted to be the Green or White Ranger for Halloween. I know I was.
Oh, I had the whole outfit.
I wore that. I was like 12 years old, 13 years old when that Jamie came out. I had that plastic mask on. I felt so powerful. And then I took my best friend of childhood to go see that movie. And he hates me to this day. And we're both 40 years old. Just letting you all know. 27 years later, this dude still hasn't forgiven me for that.
I wore the gold plate that Tommy had.
The one where you the dagger.
Yeah, my mom bought me one for Christmas, and I would like sleep in the thing, dude. I was like, yeah, it was everything. So,
if y'all know that, give us a thumbs up in the chat. If you are a Power Ranger sleeping with that dragon dagger, when you cuddle it, because you were waiting.
I had the white one. I had the Saban.
Oh yeah, Saba.
Yeah.
Have you seen the remakes now? Okay, let's go to toys real quick. Both are the masterpiece versions of both the toys are looking amazing. I'm gonna give it to Power Rangers though more because with the reintroduction, listen. With the current masterwork versions of the Morphers, Saba, the Dragon Dagger, where they're made of metal and they've limited the number, I think those are way better than the remastered Netflix toys because that's what they became. They haven't done a Go Lion. They did a Lego Voltron, which I will give it credit for. But they did not do anything else.
Pop Hunters Houston's already saying their kids are about Halloween or Power Rangers for Halloween. So that's cool.
Pop Hunters Houston, you know you got to put that jammy on Instagram because I'll totally like that picture.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, I mean, toys-wise, I think Voltron has it, dude. Voltron's been the toy since I was a little kid.
Well, it depends because, see, my dad went to Chinatown to go to, like, the bootleg hole-in-the-wall, like, dude that spoke limited English was like, you got money? I got you Voltron, Go Lion, made of metal. I'm not trying to be racist.
That was horrible.
I'm just telling you, for all the Japanese and Spanish and English I speak, that dude, my dad, I remember we went to the mall in Chinatown. My dad went in there with like a bankroll. We walked out with a box that was like that big and it weighed about 50 pounds. It had more styrofoam than it did Voltron. And I remember within 20 minutes of me opening that box, I broke the red wing on the black tiger and I lost my mind.
Oh, dude, when I was a kid, like when I got these Power Rangers, like I had the original Megazord and everything that stood about this tall and everything. I broke it as soon as I got out of the box. I was pissed.
I messed it up too. So
everybody did nothing.
So wait, you're saying you give me the toys, but I'm saying I give you the. So wait, if we go back, okay, so let's do this. If we say we give each other the toys for me back then, yes. I think the toys remade now for adults, yes.
For me,
you guys agree with that in the chat? Oh wait, Joseph, I don't have cable. I have internet, but no cable. So sorry, no Monday Night Claws for me. He was like, turn on Raw. It's Raw tonight, but I'm not gonna watch it. I watch it tomorrow on my Hulu.
Oh, okay. Bro, you need to get DirecTV now.
No, we're not doing it. The girlfriend's got it. I don't need it.
That shows, or DirecTV Now is really.
We technically, I could go downstairs and watch it in our living room because we have cable in our living room. I just don't want to.
Yeah,
gotcha. I'm upstairs. So let's see. Comic books. Let's talk about this. Voltron hasn't done any team ups in the comics. Power Rangers has, and Power Rangers currently has the most elaborate comic book universe ever. Now, mind you, folks, I'm kind of stepping over his toes, but we both could agree to disagree on certain things here. Like comic book wise, Power Rangers dominates. Boom Studios is killing it, and it did Transformers. They've done Power Rangers, G.I. Joe. Voltron has not been remade.
No,
it's done one Netflix comic book series, and it didn't go anywhere.
All right, so. In this battle so far, you've gotten early toys. I've gotten late toys.
Yes.
You've gotten the storyline.
You get the droids.
I've gotten the droids, so we're 2-2.
All right, so we need a tiebreaker. Let's leave it to the audience to decide. So, folks, what do you think ultimately separates Voltron from Mighty Morphin Power Rangers? We've talked about the pilots. We've talked about the toys and merchandise. We've talked about the shows and their stories. I think
it's generational.
I think so too, but I think that we could see because a lot of people in the chat have their kids watching it now, and they watch it themselves. Like my son has watched it. I know JC. I know your kids watch it, right?
Oh yeah, Serenity loves Power Rangers.
So right there, if Serenity loves Power Rangers, and I know my son watches Power Rangers, my nephews watch Power Rangers. It's something that we could say that it is a generational thing, but in comic books, you win.
Yeah.
Like if we were to say that's the tiebreaker, Voltron was the pioneer.
I agree with that.
Voltron was not. Voltron was a marketing tool for merchandising. Now, Power Rangers was not merchandising. Power Rangers was actually earlier than Voltron. Like I'm gonna jump on this one here. Like I don't disagree. But Power Rangers actually influenced Voltron here in America and in Japan.
Yeah, you didn't really see that Voltron take off until Power Rangers started blowing up. So
and
yeah, I can see
Sentai is what really started that, and Kamen Rider.
But then again, you also after Power Rangers, I agree with Alex a little bit where it says classic animation compared to cheesy live action. I agree with that a little bit because after Power Rangers, you also had horrible shows like Big Bad Beetleborgs.
Don't talk about Big Bad Beetleborgs and VR Troopers. That was the
VR Troopers. That was like, oh my god.
That guy has done nothing with his life, just to let you know. He's done nothing. Like that guy tried to become like a martial artist. He's like a tax attorney now. Just so you all know. I kept up with
nothing with your life.
It's like, what did you do, dude? I'm a tax attorney now. After VR Troopers, I wanted to hang myself. Like, oh my god. Because it was like, come on. It was the same. It was two different shows put together into one, and it made no sense. Oh god, it kills me. There was Gavan the Space Sheriff and freaking see, that's how you know I can go down this route. I'm not going to.
Okay. So I'm taking it. I'm taking the win this time because I got everybody in the chat saying that Power Rangers is generational and that their kids still watch it and everything. So I'll take the win on this one.
But see, I do like Pop Ernest Houston. What he said, he says, you're right, it has a lot to do with generation. My son watches OG Power Rangers and Voltron, but I have to agree with comic book Power Rangers takes it. So yeah, I will take the loss today. I accept it because if it comes down to being just a generational thing, Power Rangers wins, but it wins, I think, because of the fact it's still in the media, where Voltron is not as big in the media because it's on Netflix.
I agree. I mean, I was thinking right there. I was like, do you want to take Power Rangers next week against a mystery opponent?
No, I don't want to take Power Rangers. I think I'm good because I'm not gonna lie. I will Austin Aries the hell out of people. If y'all just to go on a quick little wrestling thing. No, I'm gonna save it for Wednesday. Y'all gotta wait till Wednesday. Because when I go live, I'm gonna tell him.
Wednesday.
But I'm gonna tell you.
What I was gonna say is I may have won, but then here comes Transformers and plows me over with that one. So I think Transformers beats them all.
See, that's what my roommate said. Transformers was a superior show.
Well, yeah, it was. I mean, it had everything. So, I mean, it was live action for a little while. It was CG'd for a while. It was cartoon for a while. I mean, it
That
was
truly
everything.
is a generational show.
It
They
is.
teamed with everybody. They have fought everybody. They have done everything.
I mean, you're about my age. Of course, you would remember Beast Wars. So
The good Canadian CGI. Thank you, Canada.
Canadian.
They gave it to us. Hey, dystopian guy, welcome.
What's going on? How are you doing, dystopian guy?
Ooh, Smitty, is that what you want to say for next week? Because I'm totally doing Next Generation.
Oh,
I'm totally doing Next Generation.
Yeah.
Next Generation. That's it. That's it. We're doing it. We're doing it right here.
Well, let me switch it up then. If we're gonna do Star Trek, if you get Next Generation, I take Deep Space Nine.
Okay, I'm with it. I would say I would have gone more with Voyager because you would have had more potential to win with Voyager.
I had potential to win with Deep Space Nine. Generation was on Deep Space Nine.
Ablative armor. There's my dude. He's talking about Borg. You're not supposed to support him in the Defiant. Picard was a Borg and came back. That's it. I'm not gonna even say nothing anymore. That's how I'll start the show next week. Picard was a Borg and he came back. Locutus of Borg. So, how many people in the chat would love to watch the two of us go toe-to-toe for Deep Space Nine or the Next Generation? Which is getting a reboot with Captain Picard helming it, just letting y'all know. Just kind of sprinkling it out there. Give us a thumbs up if you guys want to see that Star Trek versus Star Trek.
Or put other suggestions in the chat.
I personally like the Star Trek versus Star Trek. Battlestar Galactica versus Star Trek. Ooh.
I don't know about Star Galactica.
I do. I really do. I kind of like that one.
I don't know. I'd have to study up on that one.
See, if you did Star Trek, I'll do Battlestar Galactica.
Okay.
I totally love Battlestar Galactica.
Yeah, we can do that.
Listen, Robert, you don't have to always show us love because I know you love us, bro.
Oh, yeah, bro.
Even though you just dropped in to give us a like, which you didn't have to do. Wink,
I
wink.
give you enough to love me.
Pipe bomb. So, if I'm gonna go with Battlestar Galactica, I can go both ways with that one. I can both go classic or sci-fi because I've seen them both, and I'm old enough to have seen them both. So, I will probably say that I'm gonna do Battlestar Galactica.
I'll do Star Trek. That's fine.
And he'll do Star Trek. Wow!
And next week it will be on
Battlestar out the water.
And if you guys don't know, next week it will be on Dre's channel because this is something we flop back and forth between our channels.
Think of it like a good game of tennis.
Oh, yeah.
On his side, 1 week sits on my side, but
So-
we are open to.
So, little plug. If you're not supporting Dre, you need to support Dre.
If you're not supporting DC, you should be.
Because also, I have that little giveaway still. That's still going. I'm gonna leave that open. I'm gonna leave that open until you guys both hit 600.
So you heard that, folks. Just to let you all know, JC said this yesterday on the mega stream. Pipe bomb number 3. So on the mega stream, we all heard JC said if Papa Lucha and Papa Lucha and I hit 600, he will give away the Hudson and Bronx 2-pack FYE exclusive, which means that they are turned to stone gargoyles. It is an awesome 2-pack. I have it thanks to Smitty Rock in the chat. Good looks out.
Him's dad, so
so
Smitty Rock's providing this Hudson and Bronx 2-pack too, so show him some love.
So yeah, folks, if you don't know, Smitty Rock actually did supply this for us. So another, like I said, the click looks out for each other, bro. Hashtag the click. For every member of the click, y'all know who you is. So that's what the 2-pack's for. So the moment we get to 600, keep plugging. We're not trying to be selfish. We're just trying to help support all the stuff because this is the content we put out for you guys. Again, content.
I'm gonna go ahead and show that so they know. There you go. That's a good picture.
Represent Alex Lopez, the BX and the Hizzy.
I can't see what's going on right now.
JC said that. JC. Smitty said that he's gonna send it out to you on Friday. Laugh out loud.
Okay, sounds good.
So I'm watching the chat for you.
I'll be sending my box out here pretty soon to both of you.
And I'm gonna be sending my box out to you guys next week, so you guys will have it both in time for Halloween.
Same here.
So I will, and I made sure Geeky Mermaid said that she will be around to open.
So if you did not know what that Hudson Bronx 2-pack looks like, that's exactly what it looks like right there. I love it. It's Gargoyles was a really good show back in the 90s, early 2000s. But it was like one of my Saturday morning cartoons. So that's what right there is what I used to grow up on. And I couldn't think of any two people better to do a 2-pack for than Dre and Papa Lucha. So I'll stop screen sharing.
That's my brother right here, guys. Y'all know it. Like I said, we always are looking out for each other. That's what we do. That's how we do. And we're giving it out to you guys. Now, like we said, it's not just, oh, we're drumming it up. We want to get you more content. We're trying to get more stuff out there and let you guys guide these shows. This idea for this show came out of JC in my head, but y'all were the ones that inspired it and kept it going. OSI, guys, our wrestling show, that's 3 guys that is now grown to have weekly people coming on and asking to come on the show. We have more people we turn away than we actually accept. You don't realize that. We actually, every week, JC, me, and Papa Lucha text each other like, wow, can we get this person on the show? You know? Exactly. Exactly. It's how it's supposed to be. We love doing this stuff for you guys. So whatever you guys want, if you guys are coming through and you're interested, please message us. You got all of our ways of getting in touch with us, and we appreciate it. We got 1 thumbs down, so I will go like this.
Dude, I'm not a thumbs down person. I don't care. I mean, if it's a thumb, it's a thumb.
Exactly.
You can stick that thumbs down and you know where. So
honestly, guess what, folks? That means you had to watch us.
Anyway,
like that, we got 2 words for you. Unsubscribe.
Anyway, as always, I want to thank everybody for coming into the chat this week. Be sure to come in on Wednesday when we do OSI with myself, Dre, and Papa Lucha. Thank you, Dre, for doing it this week on my channel. As always, I appreciate you, brother. You want to throw out your little hashtags out there? And
I'll throw out my hashtags, but I'm going to also shout out some people. I'm going to shout out Mr. Vids, Smitty Rock, Robert. You guys all know you family. Everybody in this group is all family, but I'm going to shout them out in particular because they have been looking out. Mr. Viz, I appreciate the trade we got going and looking out for me, dude. Much appreciated. Smitty, you're my brother from another mother, just like JC. Papa Lucha, you're not here, but we always thinking about you. Robert, you just jumped in, and you definitely, all my click brothers. To everybody else that's come through, support and love everybody, because Pop Hunters Houston, I definitely want to see that picture of your kids dressed up. Mark Dystopian Guy, you've done all the banners for us, and you make it awesome. Stephanie Perez and everybody else. The Funko Pop aisle, like I said, you are a freaking awesome dude. Totally love you, man. Thank you for following me today, and keep on doing what you love, because like JC says, and that would you always the end of your spiel, because like I can do a hashtag stay geeky, but this is your channel.
Yes, this is my channel. Everybody show some love to everybody. That's what we do here. Obviously, showing some love to this man right here. He's cool people. Thank you for coming on my stream. As always, happy hunting because it's worth it. I got to get out of here. Peace out.
Deuces, y'all.